What is up, everyone? I am back. All right. It was like 3 weeks since I made a podcast. I took some vacation time, took a little time off, and there wasn't really much going on. But now we're back at it. The preseason, I'm going to try to push out like maybe 2 podcasts a week if I can think of stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? But I was on vacation, went to Michigan. We stayed at a lake, cabin on the lake. It was beautiful, except for the people in Michigan, a little off. Not all of them, you know, people. I'm not talking about, like, I have friends in Michigan. I'm talking about, like, some of the people, like, in the UP. Like, they don't seem happy. Everyone seems like they just want to punch someone in the face, you know what I mean? They're not happy people. But that's because they don't live in Wisconsin, you know what I mean? But I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Like, I got my Bear Still Suck gear coming back. I always did it with the online stores. And I think that the quality just wasn't there. It wasn't like what I liked. So now I'm going with actually a small business person, a actual store in my town. So we're gonna be pushing out lots of great gear. So check it out on my Facebook, Instagram, my Twitter. I'll be talking about it. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be high quality and hopefully the low price. The more I sell, the cheaper it'll be. But no more of this online store stuff. I don't like it. It doesn't seem like it lasts as long because everything I sell, I wear. And I'm not going to sell anything that I don't want to wear. So, you know, stay tuned, people. But also, real quick, I'm about to have Tommy Crabtree on the podcast. I'm going to call him here in a minute. And but first, I want to talk to you about SeatGeek. If you're going to buy tickets to a football game, baseball game, basketball game, you're going to go to a concert, you're going to do all these things anyways. Why not use SeatGeek? You can do it right from your phone. Right, you can download the app. Use promo code MattRamage, all one word, no space, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. All right? What kind of deal is that? You're going to buy the tickets anyways. Might as well get $20 off. I'm just trying to save you money, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to save you some money. Let's call up Tommy Crabtree real quick here. And see if he'll answer his phone. Let's see. All right. Let's see if he answers, people. I don't think he's going to answer.
Oh, shoot. Hello?
What's up, Tommy?
What was that? Was that, sound like someone was listening to Nickelback or something. I don't know what it was.
I wasn't sure you were going to answer. It made me look bad here on the podcast.
Oh, my bad, man. No, actually, I didn't mean to answer. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hang up.
Yeah, it's like when an unknown number pops up and you're actually, instead of hitting no to actually answer it. Yeah.
I don't answer any of that, man. If I don't know the number, if I don't have it saved in my phone, I let it ring.
Yeah, I don't either. Because in my case, it's probably a bill collector.
It's some kind of 90% of my calls. I'm sure everybody's the same way. It's like, it's junk.
Oh, yeah.
It's automated. It's like a robot on the other end.
Yeah, I actually just changed my number because of that, because that's ridiculous. Like, my phone will ring like 10 times a day. No one calls me. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Well, you're famous now.
No.
Everybody's trying to call you.
No one's trying to call me. My mom don't even call me. No, she does. But, so how you been?
Pretty good, man. Staying busy with life. You know how that goes.
Yeah, like, and you got some news coming up here. You're going to be doing some stuff. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'll be up in Wisconsin, what's today? Yeah, I'll be up there in a week.
Yeah.
Be up there in a week. We're doing, I'm doing the show I did when I played in Green Bay, Clubhouse Live. I'm gonna be on there as a guest for kind of their season opener. So I'll be up there next week. And then the permanent, they always do like a permanent current player host every year. You know, I was there, I was the host for a couple of years, and then I think John Kuhn did it. Who else? Bakhtiari did it 1 year. Yeah, so they've had a lot of cool guys go through there. And then this year is Aaron Jones. So that's a big get right there, man.
Yeah, that is. Aaron Jones is the man.
Yeah. So, I'll be up there. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come through. I took a vacation day for your thing's on the 26th. I took vacation day on the 27th. That's my birthday. So I'm definitely gonna come out and try to stalk you a little bit, see if you don't hide from me.
The day of the show is the 26th.
The day after is my birthday.
Oh, the day after. Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So if anybody listening, if you want to either go, you can go to the show in person. It's in Appleton, and it's at the what do they call it? It used to be the Radisson Paper Valley. I think it's like the Red Lion.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never been there. I don't go to Appleton a ton.
Yeah, and anyways, the show is inside of, they got like a little pub inside called the Clubhouse Pub and Grill. So it's filmed like live there. You can find it online too.
Yeah, I'll post about it. I'll find out all the information.
Yeah, we'll post a bunch of links like for anybody that wants to watch online. But if you want to go to Appleton and see it in person and hang out, say what's up, that'd be fine with me.
Yeah, those shows, I've never been to this one, but like going to those shows live, it's awesome. I've been to different ones, like Inside the Huddle, and it's always fun. I mean...
Yeah, this one's really good, obviously because I was on it.
Yeah, of course.
But, it's a lot of fun. It's super laid back. It's not all like X's and O's and like, it's not like real stiff, like, yeah, and it's kind of a laid back atmosphere. There's a little bit of drinking going on.
Yeah.
There's some good food. So yeah, it'll be a fun time.
So can people listen to it? Like if they're not there?
So it's like a live. It's like a video record, like live. I don't know what to even call it. It's
like a live stream.
It's video. Yeah, it's not just audio. So I think you can find the show, like the video.
I'm sure there's like a link, like clubhouselive.com
or
something.
You can find it live online, and then they post it. It's still up online even after. You don't have to watch it live, but it's definitely worth checking out. I know when I was there, we had some really good guests, and I'm sure this season Aaron Jones, so he'll have some really good guests on there as well. So
yeah, most definitely. I think I've listened to it like back when you were doing it. I think I heard it. I think there's a link somewhere on Twitter, and I think I listened to one, and I was like, yeah, he does all right.
Yeah, that show's okay. Yeah,
no, it's good.
I think it was like our biggest show we did. We had like some charity stuff tied into it. We had Aaron Rodgers on the show, and that was a lot of fun. I'm sure you can still find that online somewhere. And I had a creepy mustache and long hair at the time.
Yeah.
And,
rocking that mullet.
He autographed, there's a big mural like on the wall inside the pub, and he autographed it. I think it was a picture of himself too. So that might still be there. Hopefully, if he did it in the right kind of Sharpie, it might still be on the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it. Yeah, I'll definitely be there trying to watch and harass you a little bit. Maybe meet up, take a little picture for the Instagram.
Let's not get carried away. I'm not gonna, my security is not gonna let you near me. First of all, second of all, even if they did, I'd run very fast.
Yeah. You need that Dane Cook type of security.
Yeah.
When we were together,
oh
they just drag people off. You can't have it.
Drag them out of the way.
So how long are you in town for?
Oh man, really short. Not as long as I'd like to be. I will be there. I get in like Sunday, do the show Monday, and then I'm out Tuesday. So
in and out.
Yeah, I want to try to make it work and stick around. I think they have a home game. The last preseason game, I believe, is that Thursday, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
But with my schedule, I couldn't make it work, so...
You're a busy man.
I know. I'm in demand right now. What can I say?
Yeah, you're a hot commodity.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, with training camp, it's funny because I had a bunch of notes for all this stuff we were going to talk about, but I did it last week and I lost them all. So in the last half hour, I've been trying to think of some stuff to talk about. But
you don't even have to say that at this point. Like we know.
That's obvious.
We know you don't prepare. You're not professional.
Oh, I'm not.
You're a mess. We get it. We know.
Hey, but this season is going to be fun. Like I plan on doing 2 podcasts a week. Hopefully, you can jump on once a month or whenever you have time. You're the only reason people listen.
For sure, we know
I can look at the numbers, how many people listen, and whenever you're on, it like spikes up.
See, you gotta stop. You gotta stop doing that. You can't be saying that when you're recording and everybody can hear it. You gotta tell me that like off air, right?
Yeah, well,
you're not gonna get any guests. Anybody you've had on before is not gonna come on because they're gonna be like, "Oh, this jerk." You know,
actually, my first one with Haha Clam Dicks, that's the most listened to. Then it's funny because I did one where it said the title was my first solo podcast. It just dropped. No,
yeah, what you get? Did your mom? She doesn't call you, but was she one of the only people that at least listened to that one, or no?
No, she don't. She don't listen to them. I tried to teach her how to listen to a podcast, and she doesn't. She's not real good with phones and all that. And she was like, you know what? I don't care.
I don't really care what you're doing.
But I'm gonna start putting it on YouTube. Like right now, I'm doing video, and then I'm gonna try to put the whole thing on YouTube, so it's easier for some people. Some people don't listen to podcasts, so they can pretend to watch the video instead. So.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, man. The more places you can, but some people are kind of weird about that. Like they kind of stay in their own lane as far as what they listen to or watch. Like I don't watch anything on YouTube hardly ever, but like I watch a lot of other streaming platforms. Like I watch a lot of gamers on Twitch, even though they have YouTube channels. I never go on YouTube. So I don't know. Everybody's got their preference, man. You gotta hit up. You gotta be out there on all the platforms.
Yeah, I seen people that did podcasts on Twitch. I actually thought about that, but I don't know nothing about Twitch.
Oh man, we're gonna have to talk about it. I know a little bit about it.
My kids watch it.
We'll get you going on Twitch, man. Twitch is fun.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, my kids do it, and I told them that. I was like, I should do my podcast on Twitch. Like, no, don't. They're like, that's the one spot where we are, you're not. I don't want you there.
They don't want to see your face popping up where they're trying to, get away from you. Jeez.
Yeah, my son unfollows me on Instagram once in a while.
Oh my god.
Then I'll see that he followed me. Like, you unfollowed me? He's like, yeah, I just had enough for a while. I had to take a break.
Doesn't even like mute you or block you.
No,
he's
like, dude, I need a break. I'm just gonna unfollow you for about a month.
It's a good kid.
I think he does that just to level me out. Like, dude, you're not that important.
Yeah, I like it.
So, have you been paying attention to the preseason at all?
Nope, not at all. I was hoping you have been for this chat because I don't know what the hell's going on. Are they still in camp? Have they played games? What's going on?
Yeah, they played a couple games. I went to training camp a couple times. It was funny because I went to training camp with my brother-in-law and his son, and Preston Smith walked by, and I was like, yo, Preston, and he's like, hey, Matt, said hi, and then Oren Burks, the same thing. I was like, yo, Burks, and he's like, hey, Matt.
Yeah.
So my nephew, he's like, wow, Packer players know your name.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I saw the stuff you posted on Instagram. And
yeah, I posted a video of Oren Burks.
Yeah, it looked like you had a lot of fun. How many days were you there?
I think I went 2 or 3 times.
Nice.
It was fun. Yeah, I went once with my brother-in-law and his boy, and then I went with Ben, the Green Bay guy. I don't know if people follow you. People do. I don't know if you know him, but there's so many cool people down by training camp. Like even besides the players, that's cool. Like I watched practice that day, but just being around the Packer fans. There's this one guy. I forget his hair guy on Twitter. He brings a bunch of bikes down to training camp, so kids that come from out of town that don't have bikes, they can ride those bikes. It's
awesome.
Yeah, it's the coolest thing how many people just help each other and just helping the kids, and the kids have so much fun. We were sitting by the fence and all these kids are just waiting for the players to come, and it's just how they've never been happier.
That's awesome, man. I know it was as much of a grind as a player camp was, and most of us, 99% of players, we hate camp to some degree. But that was always a fun part for me. Was every day you go out to practice, and you might not be feeling it that day. You might not be ready. You might mentally you're just you need a day off. But then you step out, and you got all the fans there. You got the kids cheering for you, and you're ready to hop on someone's bike. And it was just a really cool experience every time. That never got old.
Yeah, like Jair Alexander seems to me like he will sign every single jersey, like of his. Like
I was going to say he was signing every. Does he sign other items like that aren't his jersey, or does he strictly like seek out his jersey?
I'm sure he signed other stuff too, but it seems to me like if he sees his jersey, like he's signing that thing. I posted a video because there was a girl that my friend, it was his friend or whatever, and he was going to practice, and she's like, "Will you sign my jersey?" And he's like, "On the way out, I promise." And then he seen her, he looked for her on the way out, saw her, and he went right to her. And so I actually took a video of it because I was like right there. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would have been the same way. I just there were way too many of my jerseys in the crowd for me to be able to get to everyone. You know?
Yeah, you can't get to all the 83s.
There were so many. I didn't have time. So if I couldn't get to everyone, I just didn't sign any of them.
Yeah, you're like, I do not have time today, people. There's hundreds, thousands of you.
Yeah.
What's it like? Like, I was thinking about this when I was there. Like, you're going, like, for a guy who, like, isn't a star, and he goes out there and everybody wants autographs, everybody wants, but he's going to practice, and so he's like, his mind is like, man, I gotta work. Like, he's thinking about different things about, practice and all that, and then he's doing all this autograph stuff. Like, how is that? Like, is your mind like gone for what you got? You're about to do.
No, I think it just depends on the player and their personality and their situation. Like, there were days where I would go out of my way to sign, as many as I could, either before or after practice. And then there were other days where, for one reason or another, like I needed to get off the field after practice because I was banged up or whatever it was, or before practice, like I wasn't feeling great, or like mentally, I just need to lock in a little better.
Yeah.
And, so I'd walk by some people and just kind of skip some autographs, but I think that's the important thing. Like for, most fans are great about it, but I think some folks kind of take it personal or get offended, like if a guy didn't sign for him, and that shouldn't be the case. Like everybody's situation, every player's situation is different. You got to respect that. Hey, maybe he's not in the mood right now, and just be understanding and respectful of that.
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, like the fans are obviously they're cool about it, and they understand. But so yeah, it depended on the day for me, man.
Yeah, because I think about, like, if you think about, like, not you, of course, because you were a superstar, but for, like, the guy who was, like, the top or the bottom, like, 5% of guys who are, like, they're hoping to make the team, and then maybe the first practice they make a mistake, so, like, the second day they come out, like, they're locked in. They're like, I can't do it, I have to focus. I got to get to practice and get my stuff done because... if I make if they make mistakes, they could be gone. Like that's like their livelihood. That's their job.
Yeah, and still, I think it just depends on the guy. Like some guys like autographing stuff. It's not a big deal or not a distraction. It doesn't take them away from the game or the practice. And then you have some guys where they just. They've got tunnel vision. They're focused on practice, having a good practice. They're going through plays in their head before they walk out on the field, like that type of stuff. It just depends on the guy. Like for me, it wasn't that autographing, like signing stuff was like distracting or took me out of my game or anything. It was just like, at the moment I had something else. Like I needed to tend to, whether it was mentally or physically before or after practice. So, I mean, that was it for me. It wasn't a big deal or like distracting or anything. And I wish I could have signed for everyone every time, but, that's not the case.
Yeah. And I can't talk. Another thing, like, how do you feel about, like, starters not playing for preseason? Because I just saw a video before we came on that what Roger was saying, he's like, it doesn't matter if we play, or if we do play and we go 3-0, it's not a big deal. It's not going to reflect the regular season. Do you think it's important that, like, Rodgers ever plays in preseason?
No, I don't think it's all that important. that's a small fraction of the reps that guys get during the preseason and the camp as a whole. Anyways, the game for some of the starters, they don't get very many plays through 4 games, and I don't think they need to. I don't think it's worth the risk, injury-wise. So,
yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it, but if your starting quarterback is like a rookie, a second-year guy, like a young guy, then yeah, like he needs to get those game reps. I think it's really important. So it depends on who your quarterback or who the player at the position is and their experience level, and there's a lot of different factors I think you got to weigh in.
Yeah, I don't think it matters because to me, like, they're playing like a series. So like if the series goes bad, or not bad, but if they go 3-0 or whatever, they fizzle out, that doesn't mean like anything. And if they don't play at all, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't matter because like I don't take any stock in it.
That's the thing that's always weird to me. Like, it's weird to say, okay, like our starters are going to play a series, like one series or whatever. Like, what are you really getting out of that one series? Like,
yeah.
Maybe you get 3 plays. Maybe you have a longer drive and you have 8 plays. Like, so what? Like, they're already your starters. They're already in there for a reason. They're already, the best of the best. Like, I don't think 3 to 10 plays and opening them up to that injury risk is worth it. Like, the risk reward, balance is not. They shouldn't be out there at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree because like you think about it, there's like a 4th string linebacker or whoever, someone who's like undrafted. He's got a shot at Rodgers. He's trying to prove himself, so he's gonna be going for everything, and you don't need your $100 million guy out there with someone trying to make a name for themselves and try to knock them out.
Yeah, no, I mean you're totally right because then that's the flip side to it. Those type of guys, usually when I was out there, I was always fighting for a job. So I'm like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna play I'm going to play this preseason game the same way I'm going to play if I make the team and I'm in a regular season game. Like, I'm playing my ass off. So if you run into that situation where you got a guy like that up against a starter who doesn't really want to be in there and is kind of like going through the motions a little bit, it could be a bad deal. Now, hopefully none of your starters are doing that, going through the motions. If you're out there, you better be ready to play. But it's just, I don't agree with them really being out of the field at all. Because it comes down to, what are you in there for? You want to see how these guys perform under pressure in game situations, how they think on the fly, because you can't simulate it in practice. Well, a guy like Aaron, he's had such a long career. We know what he's going to do out there. Whereas like a rookie or an undrafted guy, he looks good in practice, but I don't know what the hell he's going to do in a game. Let's see. Let's let him play 3 quarters. You have to see how he reacts. Because some guys that look good in practice, they tighten up a little bit in the game, and it's not what you expected. Or the opposite. They suck in practice, and they're a gamer. They get out there, and they're making plays.
Yeah.
So you got to see what you're working with.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's a big, when you're on the stage, there's certain, like with Rodgers or with like a lot of these guys, you know what they're going to do. Like, there's nothing he's going to prove. And they're getting the same work in practice, so I don't think it's needed. Anyways, I'm going to jump off of that. So I saw the other day you got a Bears fan a little bit upset.
Me?
Yeah, on Twitter.
I would never do that.
What did you tweet? You tweeted National Tell a Joke Day or something?
Yeah, there was a hashtag trending on Twitter. And the hashtag was National Tell a Joke Day. So, obviously every day is like national something, right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't know why it dawned on me to try and connect that to the Bears. It's just like an instinct. I saw the word joke, and I instantly thought Bears. So I had to. I just tweeted Chicago Bears, and that was it. I tweeted Chicago Bears with the hashtag National Tell a Joke Day. And it blew up. I'm famous now, I guess.
I retweeted it, and then I posted that video of your fake field goal for a touchdown, and I got a lot of Bear fans who were mad. It was funny because I tweeted it on his, actually, not yours, and that video got way more likes than his original tweet. So I was like, yeah. But
oh my gosh!
It's funny.
Well, you were talking about the guy that, so the Bears fan that responded. What did,
oh yeah, he said this because you said he said this coming from a fourth string tight end, or no, a third string, and then you said, and then you tweeted back fourth string actually, something like that.
I was fourth string. Get your facts straight, buddy. Get your facts straight. Triggered Bears fan.
Dude, Bears fans are the by far the easiest fans to trigger. Vikings fans are they get triggered easy, but Bears fans, like, they DM me like death threats. Like, I get people.
Oh my gosh.
They're like they get so mad. Like, I haven't even made fun of the Bears lately. I kind of took it easy on them this offseason. And I've had actually one say to me, like, oh, you're not saying much now because you know the Packers suck. Just like, all right, we'll see. When it gets close to week 1, I'll be dancing around with the Bears Still Suck song again. I'm not.
Some people take that shit too far, man. That's kind of insane.
Oh yeah, it's true because like I get Bears fans in my comments actually who are like, I like your stuff. It's funny or whatever. Like, I don't take personal attacks at people. Like, this is not. Not even at players. This is just like Bears in general. Like, there was one. I think it was a Vikings fan when he said, you can't talk about our players. Our players are good. And I said, I'm not talking about the players. I'm just saying they have a really weak fan base. And then he got so mad.
I remember that.
Like, dude, I don't take shots at players really as much because that's their job. I mean, every now and again I'll make a joke about a player. Like when the Bears missed a field goal, I made jokes about it. But I'm not like attacking people like this guy, I hate him and whatever. I just don't get that into it.
It's so predictable too. Like I knew when I tweeted that, like, instantly, that the Bears fan that tweeted something about third string tight end at me, like, it's so predictable. He thinks he's clever and that no one's thought of that before.
Yeah.
And people were tweeting that to me when I was still playing. Like, do you think that's a big, like, does that make me feel bad? Do you think that makes me feel bad that I played in the NFL but I was only third string? Like, do you think that hurts me when you say that? Like, are you insane? Like,
I know, especially coming from a fan. Like, everybody wants to play in NFL. Like, every football fan, if they had the opportunity, I'd be the water boy for the Packers. And there's not even really a water boy anymore. Now they're trainers or whatever. I've already had this discussion with someone on Twitter. I'm just saying, I would do anything. You want me to hold a flag? You want me to?
Here's the thing, too. So the guy that tweets that at me, like, could you imagine if he was a third string anything in the NFL? How proud he would be and how much he would brag about it and tell everybody?
Yeah.
Like, it would be unbelievable. The guy, he'd be on social media, every platform, letting everyone know, like, kind of like I do, that, hey, I was a fourth string, whatever, and he would be so proud of it. Yet, because he wasn't, he's got to slam me because it's classic projection. Now we're getting into psychology, and, I don't want to do it.
Well, you're a college guy, so you're smarter than me, so you know all that stuff.
That's pretty generous, man. College in quotations. I played football, and one of those deals.
All right, so, but hey, I got some new gear coming out. Bears Still Suck gear. When I get it all out, I'll send you something.
Wait, didn't you just say, like, I haven't been talking trash about the Bears lately, and I got the clothing line of Bears Still Suck?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Well, I haven't lately, but now I am.
Now you're full attack now.
Yeah, I'm in full, like, season mode, because, like, during the off season, I kind of chill, like, as a fan, like, I always tell people, like, the players have an off season, but as a fan, you need an off season too, because these seasons are rough on us. So
they really are. They're stressful, man. They're stressful.
Especially, like, not this last couple of years as much, because there were off years, but, like, when you have, like, a really bad loss in the playoffs, like, as a fan, like, it's hard on us too. So I just need to walk away from it a little bit. And then everyone, like, just drills you on social media, and everywhere I go, they're like, oh.
It lingers. Yeah, you're always reminded of it. Even as a player, that off season after we won the Super Bowl, like just my mindset and, you know, being on social media and interacting with fans and appearances and stuff, that Super Bowl off season compared to, you know, our playoff losses after that, it was night and day difference. Like how, like my mindset and how I'd respond to questions or comments. I couldn't be quite as arrogant or smile quite as much after the losses.
Yeah, because after the Super Bowl, it's like,
oh yeah, you're on top of the world. You can do and say, you know, whatever you want when it comes to, you know, football critique or like people talking trash about your team. You can be like, oh, okay, that's cool. We fucking won the Super Bowl, so.
So what do you got? Yeah. So I remember like you went to the mall and you're showing off your ring to all the kids.
Yeah. Oh, you can do stuff like that. Like, you know, just be the center of attention because you're, you know, you have a big ego and you're a jerk like me. And no, I'm kidding.
That's what I would do.
I'm a wonderful person. Okay.
You're all right. I mean, that's.
But yeah, it is totally different. It's different for the fans too. Like you know, your family and friends. You know, you're getting jabs from family and friends that are fans of other teams, and yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Now you're pumped because it's a new year, fresh start.
Oh yeah, dude, and I have really high hopes. That's what I want to talk to you about too. Is I know that you like tight ends. I mean, the football players. the position tight end.
I do. I love tight ends. Yeah.
I'm gonna make you a shirt that says that. I love tight ends.
Oh, I'm sure it's already out there. It's probably trademarked and everything.
No, I'm gonna have it made. And I'm gonna have it say 83, and then you can sign it. I'll hang it on my wall. But how many tight ends do you think that they're? Because there's a lot of tight ends in camp, and I don't know how they're gonna make a decision or like how many they're gonna keep. Like, what is like the average amount of tight ends like on an active roster?
So when I was there, I think we were always, you know, kind of above average. We were kind of, what did we keep? Maybe like 5 at one point we had on the roster. I know definitely 4. I don't know if we did 5 or not. But yeah, it just depends on like what guys you have like at tight end. If you have a bunch of tight ends in camp that are more traditional tight ends that aren't as versatile or they all have the same skill set, then you're probably not going to keep, you know, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But like we always had, you know, and I think they do this year as well with the group they have. We have guys that have different skill sets that could do different things within the offense to help you out, and special teams. That's really important, you know, because your second, third, fourth string tight end, those type of guys are going to contribute on special teams. So there's a lot of factors, but I think most teams probably around 2 or 3 on an active roster, I would think.
Yeah, because we have, like, even just, like, the top 3, I don't even know what the top 3 would be, but obviously you got Jimmy Graham, Mercedes Lewis. I really like Robert Tonyan. Then they got the rookie, and there's more.
Yeah, I would think, so, I mean, I love that group right there, like, those 4, like, I don't know what this new staff's going to do, but I would think they'll keep those 4. They're going to want to keep their rookie that they drafted, obviously.
Yeah.
They'll keep the 2 vets because both those guys, Mercedes and Jimmy, they have totally different play styles, and they have a lot to offer in their own way. And then Tonyan, like, he's really he's really progressed. There was, I read that article about him kind of getting, mentored by Jimmy and Mercedes a little bit, which is 2, really great guys to learn from. And he's kind of got that, I don't know, he's got a lot of the intangibles you like in a tight end. Like, he can do a little bit of everything. He's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of a playmaker. Like, I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. And he follows me on Instagram, so I'll just throw that out there.
Big shout out, big name drop. Okay.
No, actually, I've talked to him a little bit, like, around that softball game. He called me out. Actually, I think I told you this when I made that bad call. He said, "Hey, Matt, if you ever make a bad call that involves me again, we're going to have problems." He was kidding.
Nice.
He was kidding, but I was like, And then you messaged me after, and he was kind of giving me advice about how not to suck. But he's a good guy. But yeah, I really like to see. He had big plays. Like he had some. Remember last year, I think it was, when he had that really deep pass, and then
that was,
the announcer didn't know his name. Yeah, it was a long touchdown, and then they're like, number 85. Who is number 85? Like.
Yeah, his first catch was like a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it was like, I didn't know who he was. But, yeah, I think he's legit. I think he's a fighter. Like, I was watching him practice a little bit. And I've seen videos and stuff. He just seems like he's grinding. He's really busting his tail. So I want to see him thrive. Plus, I root for any player that follows me on Instagram. I automatically is my favorite player.
That's a pretty good thing to follow. Like yeah.
Like Tim Boyle.
If that follows you and pumps up your ego, you got to respect him and root for him.
Oh yeah, Tim Boyle followed me. And he we talked a little bit, and I just said, hey, can you get Aaron Rodgers to follow me? And then he stopped talking to me. So I'm kidding.
Shit. The whole time this guy's been leading me on. Aaron, son of a bitch.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I like Tim Boyle. He had a great game that I think it was the first preseason game he really balled out. This last one, I think he struggled a little bit, but that's what training camp's for. I like Deshaun Kaiser too. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're Kaiser. I heard people saying he's struggling, but I didn't.
Is it kind of a toss-up, or are they trying to decide, do you think, between those two as far as who's going to be the backup?
I think so, but I don't know, because I'm not sure how they'll pick, because I know I don't watch practice like everyone else. I'm just out there like having fun. I'm not analyzing. I'm not trying to be an analyst, but it looks like they both like have some show and have. I think Kaiser's been struggling a little bit. If you read into Twitter,
yeah.
But I don't know. That's why I'm not a coach, because you could take some guys have a really great training camp and they look great. And you're like, oh, this guy, he's the next thing, and then you see him in regular season and then he's benched. So I don't think you can take a whole lot. I think it's more about, like, you know this, like, it's more about what the coaches see on the practice when no one's watching. It's not just training camp. It's how are they fighting? How are they in the meeting rooms? Do they understand the plays and, like, all that other stuff? It's not just what the fan sees.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And the frustrating thing is, too, like, for fans, is when that guy comes out of nowhere during camp and just blows everyone away and, like, has good practices, good games. And then he's kind of like nowhere to be found during the season, and you're like, "What the heck? Like, why is the coach playing this guy? Like, where the hell is he?" That's always frustrating to me.
I've seen that a lot.
They can do in the regular season. You feel like they earn that right, and they just, maybe they have too many, veterans in front of them, and they got to kind of wait their turn. But that's always frustrating.
Yeah, because you've seen like with Kumaro. And Rodgers was saying, like, this guy's legit. Then you don't see him out on the field too much. I think the same thing with, like, Desmond Bishop. Back in the day, he was, like, a star in preseason, but you didn't really see him in the regular season. But then when he did get in, like, obviously he did his thing. And,
when he got his chance, he got in there in real action, and, he made it count.
Yeah, but the preseason before that, even, like, he killed it. And everyone was like, oh, this guy's going to be great. And then the regular season, they're like, yeah, he's gone now. He's not playing. But then, but I think it has a lot to do with that. You got to wait your turn. You're not just like, hey, this guy looks good in preseason, so this vet who's been doing consistent, good. They're like, oh, we're going to let this guy. I think there's a lot to that. I don't know. What the hell do I know?
Yeah, for sure. So is Kumaro, is he looking like, I know I've seen some highlights. He's made some plays during camp and the games and stuff. He's looking like he's going to play a lot more, huh?
Yeah, I think people are like, I think he might make the team. Like, there's no way he doesn't make the team. Like, he catches everything. Like, from what I've seen, even, like, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, he catches the ball. He does.
He looks good. I mean, the thing about him, too, is he looks really good. Like, his routes look really good. What was that clip the other day where I think it was in the game against, I'm the worst. What was their last preseason? Was it against Houston where he, like, made some guys fall down?
Yeah. He ran to his right on the sideline, but he, like, juked in one and then came out, and the guy just fell down and he caught the ball. It was like,
that's good stuff right there.
Well, that reminded me.
Rookie stuff. That's the kid can run routes, man, and obviously we know he can catch and make plays. It'll be interesting. I hope he gets a shot this year.
Yeah, I think it helps that he has Devontae Adams to watch.
For sure.
Because back in the day, I always noticed when Donald Driver was playing, and he'd always talk about yards after the catch, and so he would teach. I wouldn't say teach, but he was a veteran guy. But he would always be putting in everyone else's head like, "This is what we do here. We catch the ball and we run." So I think when you have that veteran that shows everyone this is how we do it here, then obviously, so he sees Devontae Adams and his route running is just ridiculous. So all the guys underneath, I'm sure they're watching like, hey, I want to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have that kind of veteran and a Pro Bowler type of guy in front of you at your position, because you get to learn little things, like little details about routes or blocking. When I was tight end, and like you learn these little things that they're really good at. That you otherwise wouldn't notice, but you get to see it in film, and you see it every day over and over again, and it kind of rubs off on the guys further down the depth chart. So I'm sure that's what's happening with Jake too.
Yeah, I think so. So I saw that you were at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp with your boy. How'd that go?
Yeah, that was cool. So we're only about an hour and 20 minutes from Tampa, where I live. So we're an hour 20 from their camp, and they invite former players back every year for one day to come hang out and watch a training camp practice. So we've done that, me and my son, the last 2 years. We just go hang out for 2 or 3 hours, and you get to sit and watch the practice, and they have a nice indoor facility too. So at one point, me and my son went in there, and you almost have the indoor facility to yourself while everybody's outside practicing. And we went in there and we're throwing the football around. And
that's awesome.
So it was a really good time, and he gets autographs and gets to see the players up close. So it's it's every little kid's dream come true.
Yeah. So do those players know you?
Not really, man. Like, there might be a couple guys that I somewhat knew when I was there that are still hanging on, but yeah, for the most part, I don't really. I'm certainly not like friends with any of them or anything like that. So, they probably, at this point, they know my son. They've seen him 2 years in a row. They probably know him better than me.
So, how long did you play there? Like, do fans remember you at all?
Not really. Every now and then I'll get like a random comment on Twitter about my time there from a fan, but rarely when I'm out, or even at the practice, I think, does anyone recognize? Nobody certainly came up to me and said anything. But yeah, so I was there for the 2013 season, and then after I got injured and placed on injured reserve that season, and then the coaching staff got fired at the end of the year, and then I made it with the new staff. I made it into 2014, that off season before the summer, and then I got cut there in the spring. So didn't even make it 2 years there, unfortunately. But it was the 1 year I was there. It was good, man. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed our time there, and we're still down in Florida hanging on. So yeah, so
you're from the Midwest, but you just stayed up there, huh?
Yeah, so I'm from the Midwest, from Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But my wife, she was born down here in Florida, and she's got some family down here still. So we do have a connection down here.
Yeah, that's cool. It looks like good weather, besides all the gators and stuff.
You think it is, just because you see how it is here when you guys are buried in snow.
Yeah.
And you see us, enjoying the sunshine. But, most of the year, nobody that lives in Florida wants to admit how bad it sucks the rest of the year down here. It's hot, beyond hot. The humidity is off the charts. So if you go outside, carrying groceries in from my car into the house, I'll need a shower after I do that. Just sweat, drip. It's disgusting.
That's insane. So this season, I know that you're big on Twitter. You do I see you on Instagram. So this season, do you have any plans start doing some? Are you going to be engaged with the fans? I know last year you did some Facebook Lives. after games you're talking to people? You have any plans for that?
Yeah. I don't have anything like planned out, man. I'm free. I can do whatever I want, I guess. But yeah, I'd like to do more of that, where like the Facebook Live type of stuff was fun. Maybe get something going on Twitch. I have a Twitch account. Like if you search it, it's actually on there, but there's nothing. Those videos. I don't think I've been live on there.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, I got to do something, man. It's always fun. Stay in touch with the fans and stay connected to the game and to the Packers, man. I gotta figure something out.
Yeah, because you could do like there's a lot like going live on Instagram is always fun too, like especially around game time. Facebook, it's fun like just talking to people, but then they ask me questions like I know what the hell I'm talking about, and then I'm like,
You can pretend you do. They
I
don't
know.
know.
I don't, because I actually put it on Twitter. Like, someone called me a homer because I think I made a post about something. They're like, "You're a homer." I'm like, dude, I'm not an analyst. I'm not a reporter. I'm a Packer fan. Like, I am a fan. I don't bash players. Like, even like when I talk good about Tim Boyle, I don't want to bash Deshaun Kaiser. That's just not what I do. That's not what I want to do. I'm not gonna like. That's just not what I do. So like, I'm not an analyst. Like, people ask me stuff like, "What do you think Preston Smith is better than a 3-4? Or do you think I don't fucking know."
I know I still get questions like that, even from like family and friends, like that pay more attention to the NFL and to the Packers than I do, and I'm like, shit, I don't know. You watch ESPN and that stuff more than me. Tell me,
Yeah, I don't know. Like people talk about like, what do you like better, the 3-4 or the dime? Like, I don't know. I count on them to figure that stuff out. Like so I did like the last couple of years I did some radio stuff like with ESPN Wisconsin, and like some post game Packers stuff, and that was like I think the hardest thing for me is maybe it's just my personality. Like you said, I don't like bashing guys or being too critical because I've been through it. I've been on the other side of it. So like when I would have to. I have to give my honest opinion. If a guy played like shit, like I got to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. I'm not saying I'm trying to protect his feelings or like, but I don't know. I was just uncomfortable, like, being that because it is like by default, it's like negative energy and just being negative. And I don't know. I wasn't a fan of having to talk like that, I guess. But you have to. You got to give your opinion, you gotta be honest. So otherwise, people are like, you won't say anything bad about anyone, and like, well, I don't really want to. Yeah, that's not like I have no interest in being because a lot of people on Twitter that really do it good. There's regular people who gain followers and they watch the tape and I see a lot of guys doing that. I think a lot of guys started that way, just doing kind of what I'm doing, but taking it more serious. But that's not, I just want to make dumb jokes and have fun.
And that's fine. Like I get it, guys that are super into like the film and breaking it down, and I think it's cool. I think a lot of them know their stuff, and I think there's an audience for it. Like there's people that eat that stuff up. But in my post playing days, I'm like, I had all of that I can handle. I had enough of it while I played, so I don't need. I'm not super big into the breakdowns and analytics and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's cool people do it because, like I said it on Twitter. I was like, I'm not bashing guys who do that or say that. I follow those guys, and I think it's cool because I can read it and they can tell me like what's what. But that just ain't me. Like I couldn't tell you. Like people like I could watch a whole practice and then they're like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know. They practiced.
Yeah, well. Like when I watch games or practices or at any level really, like, and I'm with any family or friends or like, they'll ask me like what about a play or about this and that, like what I saw, and I'm like, I was kind of half paying attention. I was looking at my beard most of the time, but
yeah, I was looking across the field. That guy was sitting down on the grass, picking the grass.
I was half paying attention, but. That's just how I enjoy the game now. I think most people do. It's just kind of casual. It's a nice little escape mentally, and
that's exactly how I am.
My brain can only handle so much too. I can't be sitting there trying to, really think and break shit down. My brain needs a breather.
Yeah. So what do you think about? I think I asked you before, but like John Kuhn. I think like when we our last podcast, like when he first started kind of doing stuff, but
Yeah.
I think he's doing like a great job. Like, I think he's like a natural.
So I haven't had a chance, and I was honest with you when I've been removed from it all, like haven't watched much preseason, but I haven't seen any of his content, like actually sat and watched it. But I know he's been doing. I've seen his cute little face popping up in my feed from the Packers account a lot.
Yeah.
So how's he doing?
He's doing really good. Like I saw him doing some interviews before games. He was interviewing players. I saw a lot of it on Twitter. But he just seems like he's like a natural. Like you would, besides his size, you would never know he's a football player. I think you could do that job. You could be their.
I'm not into the. I don't want to say scripted, but I like this, hanging out with just talking with you and seeing where it goes, rather than like having a topic I got to stay on and all that. But I'm not surprised John is good at it because he's a super smart guy. He's got that personality. He can speak. He can get your attention if he needs to. He can captivate an audience. So I'm not surprised. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check out some of his videos and stuff, see how he's doing, and maybe send him a text and make fun of him a little bit too.
Yeah, I think I was saying that the other day. I bet so many players are just making fun of him, texting him. Because he's all professional. And I think even during the interview, they were doing that. They were kind of like giving him the business a little bit. But
did he do one with Aaron?
I think so. I don't think I saw, but I think I saw on Twitter some people were talking about it. But I saw like him. I saw him with David. I think it was David Bakhtiari he was with, and they were kind of giving the. I forget who he was. But I think he was with the offensive lineman, and they were just kind of giving him the business. But yeah, I think he'll be doing that job for a long time. So.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm glad to hear that the feedback's been good on it, and I'm not surprised. He's a good guy, and I'm sure he'll be good at that for sure.
So August 26th, Clubhouse Live. Go check out Tommy Crabtree. So who's like the host besides Aaron Jones? Like, is there like a reporter? You know, usually they have like
a couple of my boys, a couple of my buddies from back in the day, Brett and Ricardo. You'll see them. You guys gotta go look them up. Go look up the show and watch the old. I think they archives, like you can find even videos that I was in from back in the day.
Dude, I'm gonna try to find some and put it on social media.
That's your job. We're gonna give you a job.
Yeah.
Find some good clips with me looking creepy and acting weird on the show almost 8 years ago, and post them on Instagram or something. I
think it's funny because I googled you to find pictures and stuff, like if I'm gonna promote like the podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And like your pictures from like back in the day, like is that a mullet?
They're all creepy in their own way.
Like I was trying to figure out, like I'm not sure if that's a mullet or not, but it's
yeah, it probably went through a slight mullet
stage. If it's not a mullet, it's dangerously close.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but
no, you look good. Yeah, I just messed with you.
Well, you don't have to lie to me. Like you don't have to suck up to me, okay? Yeah. No, you should find some good clips, man. We had a lot of fun on that show, and I've been in touch with those guys, with Brett and Ricardo ever since. And
oh, is that what's Brett's last name?
Christopherson.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. The name, I don't know. I think I've seen the show before.
You probably know. Yeah.
Well, I know I did back in the day.
They're out there in the Packers universe. They're a part of it. So
yeah.
Well, not Ricardo. He's a Bears fan. We won't talk about that. So that makes the show pretty fun too.
Yeah, because
Bears fan actively involved with the show, so we can make fun of him.
Do they do stuff like year round, or that they just do like during the season they have their thing?
Yeah, it's mostly Clubhouse Live was mostly just like football and in-season type of stuff.
All right.
Yeah, so, and they do, I know they're doing, if you're in the audience, like on the 26th, they're doing some cool giveaways, like some Miller Lite, like tailgate. I forget what the package is called, but like, you know, if you win, you get to come hang out at Clubhouse Live, and you get like spoils. You get a bunch of like beer and shit, so that's pretty cool. That's and then they do, I know when I was there, and I think they're still doing it, their end of year show, like after the season, their final show, they always do They do a bunch of like giveaways and cool drawings and stuff like that. So they keep it fun, man. They keep it light, and it's not all stuffy and boring. It's pretty hyped up, you know. I may or may not have, back in the day when I was a player and I was hosting that show, I may or may not have partaken in a little bit of bourbon while I was up there on the stage or something. So you know, you get to let loose and kind of let your shoulders down. It's a fun show.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. I got the next day off, so I'll post all about it. So everyone check it out. Clubhouse Live. I'm sure it's clubhouselive.com, but
I think so. Yeah.
If you Google Clubhouse Live, you'll probably find it. Right after we get done talking, I'm gonna Google Clubhouse Live Tom Crabtree and try to find some stuff. I'm sure it'll pop up. The internet is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it'd be millions of results.
Yeah, I'm sure. So check out Aaron Jones, host, Tommy Crabtree, guest. There you go. It's good. And I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah.
Today's been
as usual. Geez, you just keep telling me to come on the show. I guess I'll do it.
I text you. I'm like, dude, this is happening. You're like, I'm really busy. It's happening.
God. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. I'm with my family, spending quality time with my family. Can we do it later? And you're like, no, right now.
That's what my wife says. She's like, don't you have a podcast to do? Can you just go in the basement?
Can you do an extra show this week?
That's what she said. She's like, you should start doing.
You to do 2 a week.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, you could probably start doing 2 a week, huh? Maybe make them 2 hours long and just stay down there. Just don't even come out.
That's awesome.
All right, no, I appreciate you coming on, and everyone go check out Clubhouse Live and follow Tommy Crabtree at It's Crab, Instagram, Twitter. He's on Facebook. Just search Tom Crabtree, and there it is. There it is.
All right, buddy. Hey, you take it easy. I'll see you next week.
Definitely appreciate it.
All right, bye.
There it is, Tommy Crabtree. Thanks for coming on. It was, I think, above average podcast. I think we did all right. But I always love talking to Tom Crabtree. Check out Clubhouse Live, like we said. I'm going to be there. So I'll probably be Instagramming it, tweeting about it and stuff. It's going to be a good time. Stay tuned. This season's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do 2 podcasts a week, like I said. I'm going to try to really put out some stuff. I usually won't be so tired. I'm a little winded today, you know what I mean? I'm a fat guy. I get winded easily. I did a lot of stuff today. But thanks for tuning in. We will be back probably next week. I don't know. It depends what day I post this. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, people.